Like if you're a little bit pale, they'll bring out, like you see how my skin just looks like I should do a Maybelline commercial.
Should you really? Yeah.
Oh, do they still have Maybelline?
Oh.
Maybelline was big. My mom, that's all she wore was Maybelline.
But why is this white and this is red? Like this is red, like under my cheeks.
Because you Caucasian, motherfucker.
Is that how that works? Do Caucasian people just get red from here down?
Yeah, that's one reason why I'm jealous of people with brown skin, Hispanics, blacks, mixtures, and all that other stuff. And people from Italy and Spain, they look so freaking good, man.
I'm from Italy.
Ish. Sort of ish, yeah. Why do I look browner than you?
Because I work nights. I don't see the sun.
You're like a salamander.
I am like a salamander. They don't see the sun?
Huh?
Salamanders work nights?
They live in caves, don't they, mostly? I don't know.
The fuck? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I look like Steve Irwin to you? This is a very dangerous animal. I'm going to poke it.
Steve Irwin is dead. He's quite white.
Oh, I miss that guy.
Dude!
Really? Really? Really?
Right.
Really?
Are we done? All right, so today you already probably saw the title, and we are talking about how we are enslaved.
You are welcome.
By our slave holders, the politicians. The worst people in human history are politicians. We've said it before. They're worse than murderers. They're even worse than semi-mass murderers, people who killed 19 people. People. Yes, those people are horrible, but it's the politicians who impoverish us, start wars,
steal from us,
get the FBI, impoverish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get the FBI, the CIA, Homeland Security after us, snooping on us. They're the ones all free citizens, all citizens of all countries, the only people they have to truly worry about when they get up in the morning is politicians. What did the politicians do in their champagne rooms overnight?
Yeah. What secret deals are they making behind the scenes in order to make sure that one of their buddies is able to compete better than their others?
Yeah. Politicians are the new plantation owners. I mean, they're the slaveholders. I mean, we have in America, look what happened during the COVID, I was going to say
Scary.
crisis, but it was COVID nonsense.
COVID mania?
Yeah, COVID mania.
COVID madness. Like reefer madness.
Ooh. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, you hear it here.
That's your one good thing for today. That's all you ever have is one good thing. You know that.
All right, for the rest of the video, I'm just going to do this.
No.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
One good thing, everybody. Just one.
I'm kidding. You know, you're brilliant. Oh, you're brilliant. Okay, maybe I went too far with that. Anyway.
I'm looking at myself in the video. I'm like, oh yeah, sex.
All right. So anyway, that's what they are. They're the slaveholders. They think they can do anything with us. They can take as much as they want. Right now, they're taking 20 to 40% federal, which means we are, as the cliche goes, Tax Freedom Day, which is what now? Late April, May, or whatever. Depending, if you're a really productive human being in America, then your Tax Freedom Day isn't until probably May 1st. So the first 4 months of the year, you are a slave. That's not your money. You are working for the slaveholders, the furry vermin in Congress, states, local furry politicians.
That just can't wait. They wake up in the morning, can't wait for those checks and balances to come through.
And they know you're doing it. They laugh all the way to the bank.
I mean, come on. What they spend? $42 million over to Ukraine. Like
billion.
42 billion. Yes, I apologize. $1 billion. But they're sending it overseas. They're sending our money overseas.
We send $2 or $3 billion to Israel every year. I love Israel, but they're sending our money. The slaveholders have their slaves. What will we do with this money? Oh, why don't we send $2 or $3 billion to our friends in the Middle East? Seriously.
And all they're doing is impoverishing Americans even further.
Yeah. So we are on the plantation in America. It didn't used to be this way. Even back in the 19th century America, after the Civil War for about 35 years, generally speaking, before the income tax amendment allowed them to steal as much money as they wanted to, around 1919. But before that, Americans kept most of their money. They weren't slaves. Now we are almost pure outright slaves. They do what they want. They shut us down. They shut down the economy. They tell us we can and can't go certain places when there's a bioorganism about. But that's just a reason for them. So the main point of this video is a new perception of what we are. Americans are turning into slaves. We are partially enslaved. When we go home at night, we don't get to spend all of our money like we should be able to.
Yeah. So you just traded your life away, or a portion of your life away, for free. So something that you will never get back for the rest of existence, your existence, that you continually chip away. They continually chip away at that piece of you that you will never be able to return.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to show for it.
Yeah. And the federal government, if you're one of those productive people I was talking about a while ago, the federal government, they set you free on May 1st. Well, then the state government steps in. Property taxes, income taxes, one or both of those. So then that's another 2 weeks or a month. And then the local government, the local furries, they step in. They add a little bit on property tax, sales taxes for states, other stuff like that. So for somebody who's productive, and licenses, cars and all this other shit. So by the time they're done with you, you've worked 5 months as a slave. Imagine that. It's one reason why FD fucking R in the 1930s got it passed. Him and the furries in Congress got it passed that companies had to start taking your taxes, the theft,
taxes,
out of the paychecks. Why? Because they were increasing it so much.
Oh yeah, they were.
People weren't sending it in anymore.
Yeah.
So they enslaved the businesses. They've been enslaving businesses for over 100 years. So they enslave they make the businesses. What's that motherfucker on the plantations who whips the slaves? What's he called? He's got the whip, and he actually whips the slaves.
I don't know.
Shit, if I can remember. I'll probably put it up. I'll put it up on the screen. So they make companies that plantation master with the slave, with the whip, to whip us, take our money from us, from our paychecks.
Yeah. If you don't think it's theft, then have somebody take something from you involuntarily.
Imagine a neighbor down the street that you don't even know walks up, knocks on your door, says, "Let me in. Give me 1/3 of your money right fucking now." How mad would you be? But are you not mad when these furry vermin politicians do it? We got to stop this, folks.
Absolutely.
We've been turned into goddamn slaves. I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I want to keep my damn money.
Me too.
I want to take care of my daughter, myself, my bro, and other people, that I care about. And not have losers get my money. Loser criminals taking my money, giving it to other losers.
If it was a purely voluntary system, the important things would be taken care of. You know why? Because people would want to give for the important things, like municipalities, in order to make sure, like the police force, in order to make sure that criminals aren't running rampant and murdering people and things like that. And so all of these things would get funded immediately, and all the other bullshit would only get funded by the furry lefties.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they probably wouldn't want to spend their own money anyway.
No, I mean they're hypocrites.
Mm.
I mean, if it gets voluntary like we want it to be, giving the money to the government, these furry lefties, these basement dwellers,
they probably wouldn't even bother to go to an office anymore because they wouldn't get the free paycheck.
Oh no, they won't become the furry politicians anymore.
Yeah,
there's no point. Yeah, there's no power.
There'll be snake oil salesmen down on the corner. They're like, this will cure everything.
Then
that sounds like a snake oil salesman.
No, they'll probably get their own little communes.
Oh yeah. I've heard a lot about those. I've always wanted to visit one just to see what it looked like.
Yeah, just snap pictures of the little animals playing.
Almost like it's a zoo.
Yeah. I mean, right. I mean, So it's the only way. I mean, we've got to get what?
No, I remember there was some sort of sheep thing that people were doing. They were dressing up as sheep, and they were but it was people dressed up as sheep, and they were walking around, and like people could pet them, and it just made me think of that.
That would be good. I mean, at least the furry lefties would be, we get to pet them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I mean, back down to rights. We always talk about rights at the end of the show. I mean, obviously, being a slave means that our rights are not being honored. You got a right to your body, your mind, your property, your money,
your life.
and your life. The actions that you take with all of that, it's yours 100%. Whether they acknowledge it or not, they can't take that away. They can violate it, but they can't take it away. You and I, we have a right to all of those things.
Yeah, and money is a representation of your life.
Yeah.
What you choose to spend your life on to do, good or bad, whether you're good at whatever you're trying to decide to do or bad, the point is that that's a representation of the time you spent, the life you spent doing it.
Yeah. You only get one life.
Yep.
So
YOLO.
You
only live once.
Oh.
YOLO.
Oh. I'm kind of embarrassed. I didn't know that.
It was so good. It's such a good saying. YOLO. YOLO! You say that right before you shotgun a beer.
YOLO!
YOLO! We're gonna start the video with that. YOLO, dude, really? No, I'm just kidding. It's a great idea, everybody. Like, I'm telling you, I'm going places.
Yeah, you're going home, bro. All right. Anything else, Damon?
That's it. Individual rights. He's an individual. I'm an individual. We get together as individuals, and we have rights still.
And if you watch our show, we're talking about a new constitution, get everything done, and you're like, well, we need a bunch of people to do that. Yes, that's one reason why we're doing the show. We need to get tens of millions of us.
Absolutely.
Who say we want our rights.
This is only radical. We speak about these radical ideas. They're only radical because they come from a foundation that is not from what's normally expressed.
Yeah. Nobody's really saying this.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Damon and I are the only ones who are really talking about individual rights. I mean, we love a lot of the conservatives, what they say, and some of the libertarians as well. But the fact is, we got to get down to the fundamentals, folks. This is what we got to push.
Yeah.
Whenever you judge anything that the government does, bring it back down to, is the government taking away somebody's rights? Is it trying to control somebody? Is it trying to take their money?
I've got it. This is actually really cool. I usually say this. Prepare, guys. This is amazing.
Oh.
I was like, you've got the fuck challenge, right? So you asked two questions. Does it fuck with me, or does it fuck with anybody else? If you answer yes to either one of those questions, it's wrong.
Yep. All right. Let's end on that note.
Oh, yeah.
Peace be with you. Individual rights.
Live long and prosper us.
Later.
Later.